Let's talk about Art the Clown in Terrifier 2. This is going to be me trying to sort of make what Art the Clown is. Of course, I'm going to get it wrong because I didn't write it, but it's just fun to have some theories and throw them around. So if that's what you want to do, make sure you're subscribed and hitting that notification bell because we're going to dissect some more stuff from this movie. So stay tuned for that. But let's get right into it. So Terrifier 2, if you've seen the movie, if you haven't already, it is on Screenbox, I believe, and it will soon be on digital as well as physical. I think you can like pre-order their 4K steelbook or whatever. But let's talk about what exactly Art the Clown is, because if you watch the first Terrifier or Hallows Eve, you probably think that he was just this like random guy who was just out killing, some sort of psychopath of sorts. But now we learn, probably at the end of Terrifier, we also learn that he is some mythical creature, being, whatever you want to call it, that is not going to stop. It might just be the embodiment of evil. Michael Myers, move over. But let's talk about where we might stand with this theory about him being this sort of demon. But let's talk about this theory about how he can be this sort of demon and embodiment of evil, and how Sienna might just be the opposite of it, maybe an angel or the embodiment of good, and what that actually means and how it's all connected. So in a lot of theories that people have poised, and I also myself have started to really feel deeply about, is that Sienna's father has something to do with this connection between Sienna and Art the Clown. I don't believe that Sienna's father has a connection to Art the Clown directly. I do believe that there is something of like Art the Clown fed off of this negative energy that Sienna's father was sort of presenting at times as well. And not just might be Sienna's father, maybe it might be other things around the town and all of this happening, but I think Art the Clown has this connection to Sienna's father, and that's the reason that we see that Art the Clown has some sort of like connection to try and go after the Shaw siblings, because there is something that happened during the time when Sienna's father was sketching out Art the Clown, the crimes, having visions of it and all of that, where Art the Clown found this sort of connection to them as well. Now, this is sort of like how Art the Clown also has that connection to Victoria, as well as the pale little girl. Them being victims of Art the Clown sort of has them be at its whims of sorts, and use them as sort of like these connections to our real world, where I think that Art the Clown might exist on a different, like, not world, but a universe, dimension, whatever you want to call it, and sort of gives me those vibes of how Pennywise is like this old creature that has been here for like thousands, millions of years, and now sort of embodies something that can be easily interpreted by somebody in our world, where maybe like thousands of years ago it might be a completely different looking creature. Now it takes the form of this clown because it's something it can closely associate with humans and their fears and whatnot. And Sienna, of course, I think her father might have had these visions and know what was coming, and that's the reason that he made this whole story of this person that can take on Art the Clown, as well as this weapon that's able to defeat him or sort of paralyze him and sort of like stop him for a little bit, maybe not completely defeat him. Maybe there's something more to the ritual we're going to find out in Terrifier 3. Damien Leone has already talked about this as well when he said that now that they are working on Terrifier 3, Terrifier 2 sort of laid the groundwork of sorts, whereas Terrifier introduced Art, Terrifier 2 starting to like lay the cement down and really let us know how this like legend, mythology, and all of this work around this whole world. And now in Terrifier 3 and so on and so forth, however many we get, we are going to find out more about what it takes to actually take Art down. So I think it's interesting for them to lay out all of this mythology, because for a horror film like Art the Clown and all of that, it is definitely something you want to see at times, and also can be a little bit distracting, I feel, as well, once you get to know the ins and outs of the boogeyman. The boogeyman's not that scary, but we'll see what happens, because I think that they are definitely on a right path, but we'll see how they flesh it out by the end of it. Interesting aspect that we do learn in Terrifier 2, though, is that the sword itself, like I said, does not completely defeat Art the Clown. And the reason I think is because he still has a connection to the real world, where it is Victoria, the mauled woman. And that might be a reason why Art the Clown didn't already go and kill Victoria, because Art knew that it was going to sort of be surrounded by police at a point and needed to leave like a footprint of sorts in order to sort of continue his legacy. Maybe kind of like you could put it like how Freddy needs people to fear him and fear Freddy Krueger in order to gain strength and to continue to be this monster that Freddy Krueger is. It needs that fear. It needs people remembering who Freddy Krueger is. And Victoria sort of serves as an anchor of sorts to continue on that legacy of Art the Clown did this. Let's never forget who Art the Clown is, and has that connection to the real world. That's why I think you see at the end of Terrifier 2, during that mid-credit scene, Victoria is the one that gives birth to this Art the Clown head, because Art the Clown still sort of lives on through her. Like we see with the pale little girl, who is apparently Art's first victim as well, is Art the Clown lives through these victims that he leaves behind and this impact. And so it sort of is like he never really dies. Sort of like Voldemort of sorts, and how he has this Horcruxes that sort of keep his soul intact and keep going on and sort of making him immortal. I think that's what Art is. So we could see in Terrifier 3 where the mauled woman Victoria could become a major antagonist to Sienna and her family as they try to finally get done with Art the Clown. But who knows? We'll see. Like I said, I think Art the Clown is definitely this like old evil that's been here for thousands, if not millions of years, sort of reminded me of Pennywise the Clown, where we see that it's this like evil that's just been lingering and festering the world for this long. That's exactly what I think could be happening with Art the Clown, but we'll see how it all plays out in Terrifier 3. Damien Leone has said they are already on the works with it, and I could definitely see a number 4 with how much the box office has been, as we see Terrifier 2 cross over the 10 million mark, and it's just a great time for indie anything really, because we've seen it already with Ty West with the X and Pro movies that were like about $1 million to make, and how much they've grossed themselves, and the following and cultish feel that they have now on social media. It is a very interesting and great time to go out and make indie films, and that's why we are making our own movie as well. More on that will be talked about by the end of the week and how that's going to work out, and we're excited to announce more of it, so stay tuned for all of that. But as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions on Art the Clown. We have some more videos coming out where I'll talk more in depth about what exactly my thoughts and opinions are on what's coming next for Terrifier 3. That video should come out sometime this week, and we also have a video that just came out on Maxine, so if you enjoyed that movie and also X and Pearl, make sure, how would you even enjoy Maxine if it hasn't come out? But if you enjoy the universe of Maxine, Pearl, and X, definitely check out that video we just did. But as always, that's going to do it for me. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. At 30,000, we have a giveaway, and we just announced our giveaway winner for 25,000. So make sure you check that out as well. But I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.